Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. We are on Elk River. This is a PC only map. If you want it, it will be in the link to get it will be in the description of this video. This is by Elk Mountain Modding. I believe that's his name. I'll link his YouTube video he did on this that has a link to the map and a couple mods he brought over too. This is a lot very similar to Elk River from FS25. We are moving the horse ranch over here. I think this is a better map to do it on, and I just got, to be honest with you guys, I just got bored of the Riverbend Springs multi-fruit to do this. I'll be playing that map in single player, but I thought we would move over here and do the horse ranch on this map. And who knows? Maybe I'll stream some of my progress on Riverbend Springs multi-fruit at some point, or maybe I'll bring it back to a broader playthrough. I liked that map, but I wanted to fully explore it, and doing a horse ranch on there didn't allow us to fully explore the potential of that map, so I might bring that map back as a different, more broader series that we can explore the map some more at some point. Probably will. I picked this map because I wanted a map that has alfalfa to do the horses, and this is the one that I liked. So we have $1.3 million. We need to pick some land. So I think what we're going to do is we are going to buy this. And then, ooh, that is ready to harvest. So we're going to buy this as well. How much money does that leave us with? I think that is where we're going to leave it as far as land and stuff goes. Because we have some other stuff we need to buy. I believe this is a wooded area. Yes, it is. So, is there any of this area that we own that's not wooded? Yes, there's some area up in front here. It looks like that's not wooded. Awesome. This is going to be our home base for a while. Let me just make sure this is our land. Do we need to buy the road separately? No, it looks like the road comes with. Awesome. I'm going to back up into the wooded area a little bit here some more, just so that we can have room to work here. Construction. Oh, also, I forgot I have this on here. I have a mod now that tells me my farmlands in the build mode. So, if you want to know what that is that. Of course, PC only mod again. The green are your owned lands, and anything in blue is land that you don't own. That just helps in placeables, putting down placeables, but I'm not sure if that's gonna look, how tacky that's gonna look in a Let's Play, so if I don't like the looks of that, that might go, but that is what those lines are. And then that gets into that. I don't want those yet. Yeah, this is what I want. So, going to be our little house here. Where do I want to put this? I think right there. As you guys can see, if you don't know what this is, that thing that says duration 1 month, that is a, once again, sorry console players, this is a PC only mod called, it's on the mod hub, called Construct Everything. Sorry, this first video is probably going to be a lot more talking than some other videos, but this first videos in a Let's Play series usually are. And then we're just going to do a little pathway around here. And then we're going to put in a couple little trees here. I don't want anything too big, but I just want to spice this up a little bit. Maybe that there. And maybe what? Maybe that. Let's do that. And then I said I want to make this a horse ranch. We're going to leave room for expanding the house. We are going to go ahead and get a horse barn down here to start with, because we're going to have to build this. And I want this one. Yes, we'll customize the fence a little bit. I'm not going to do anything too wild and crazy here, because we are going to be upgrading this to a different pasture at some point here. Do you want to plant the meadow? Yes? So we'll work on getting that constructed, which goes a little bit more out in the road than I wanted. But you know what? That's fine. We will do this. Let's make... I don't think that's going to be a problem. We'll just use that as part of the road there. There's no AI traffic on here, so I wish I could just get rid of this road. But I don't know if I can. Can I MOH? Get rid of that road possibly? Here's our little house with the trees around. We'll do a tour of that later. Can I possibly... What I can do, though, is if I hit cancel project. Okay. So we'll receive 20%, which isn't a lot. Alright, let's try that again. Yard. Let's put it back here a bit. And then maybe we'll do like, might be weird, a weird looking pasture, but horses need shade, and I usually put trees in my barns anyway, so there we go. There's already some trees in our pasture now. Once we get it built, that will be. I will probably change this grass texture, but yes. Okay, there's that. There's a house. We have that. We're just getting some groundwork laid here to begin with. Because, like I said, we have to build everything. So, we need to get this stuff placed down. If we need to, we'll take out a loan. Also, another thing. We need to pause a project so that it doesn't build. I'll be doing a full video on this construct everything mod. I'm still just figuring it out a little bit. There's a couple things I'm still figuring out on it, but I will be doing a video on that. I have some really cool mods I'm in the middle of learning right now, and once I do, I have some pretty killer modelers coming up on the channel within the next month or so. Probably. Couple months. This one will probably be within the next month or so. But yeah, I have some pretty cool mod look, mod how-to videos gonna be coming out on the channel very soon. Unlike that, eventually, but it's a little too big for what we have right now. That might be very cool right there. If you thought I would do anything different, you don't know me. Once we have the stuff for it, this is going to be a 2-month build. I think we'll do it right there. And then we need silo. We actually need 2 different silos, but I'm not sure if we're going to have space for them. I'm not doing too bad on money. Maybe we'll do the silos over here. I always go to this silo, but I seriously love this Omatana silo. I'm gonna build in like a road. What if we did this like right there? And then we need a bale and pallet storage. Is there any customization to this? Solar panels, yes or no? I like this. This does only pallets, I believe, by the description. I also like this guy, but it's too long. Ooh. That's nice, though. I kind of want to line the front of this up with that silo. Maybe put the end back in the trees a little bit. Let's go right there. 2,000 bales and pallets should be good for now. So, I need to go around and get all this stuff turned off, so that it's not doing anything with the build. I don't want these building right now, because we are going to be putting in the majority of these pallets and stuff. I think we're gonna buy another piece of property. We're doing decent on money. I think I'm gonna scout out some open areas without trees so that we can put down some sawmill stuff. Which, the sawmill stuff, we will let build itself, because we need that to get the stuff to build these. I think we might just grab this land adjacent to our other land. It looks like we have a lot of empty space over here too. So let's go ahead and grab this. Some nice trees for some logging. We have some open area for our stuff here. Now, what we need to do, and also another thing to note, which I'll note in my full video on this mod, we have productions down, right? But it's showing no owned because they're not built yet. Also, you can enter these vehicles in these construction areas. I believe the roof plate and cement bricks on here we're just going to we'll just pay for. But this wood stuff, the prefab, and maybe even the prefab wall we might just pay for. But the wood beam, planks, long, and planks, we are going to put down a sawmill to get. We are going to supply those two. Lower the building cost of these buildings. I love a sawmill like that, but we don't have the money for that. Actually, this one looks like it has what we need, including the prefab walls. We might have to do some landscaping around these, but that's fine. Let's do that. Oh, come on. I said place. I don't know why, but sometimes my controller gets annoying and doesn't like to play stuff. So, like I said, we're going to let this build itself. So, I think... What is this? I think this is wheat. Okay, we need to set some settings real quick. ×2, time scale. Traffic. There isn't any on this map, I don't think, but traffic is off. Seasonal growth. Do we want to do seasonal growth on here? You know what? We have the logging stuff. We'll leave it for now. Snow off. Crop destruction off. Periodic plowing on. Field stones on. Weeds, I'm going to turn off for this one. Disaster destruction. Yeah, we'll keep that enabled. And then we need to... We have some other settings to set. No, do not want that on. Better contracts. 0, so we can do anything. This isn't a survival series, so we're going to turn these as low as we can. Field discounts on. You know what? I'm okay with that. We're going to leave those. I usually mess with those settings on the field discounts a little bit, but I think we're just going to leave them there this time. I think I'm fine with that. I love those field discounts. That was base game in FS17, and it hasn't been since. So I love that we get mods that have that. That is partially why I love better contracts so much. But anyway, I am going to go ahead and get us a little bit of a fleet of vehicles that we need. I'm only going to get the stuff that we need right now, and we will build up the fleet like that this time. So I will come back in when I'm done to show you guys what I got. So for you guys, I will see you in a second. We have the equipment we are going to be getting for now. I have one thing to lease. I leased the Komatsu tree harvester. This is a mod. It does a little bit wider centimeter trees than the other tree harvesters. And then I still have some of these stuff on the map. I have this International Series 200. Then this John Deere 6R. Not sure how long we're keeping some of that stuff, but we'll keep it there. And I have the Lizard RV 650 truck. And I have the Veltra S374. Not sure how long that John Deere tractor is going to be around. I kind of want to go for Veltra here, so I might get rid of that John Deere and grab a Veltra, but we'll keep it for now. The front loader for the John Deere, and we have a couple front loader tools, bucket, pallet fork, spike, and then the trailer. We have a couple farm tacks. One I bought and one was on the map. In fact, this one from the starting equipment we are going to sell. I am going to get rid of that already. With the one we have, we don't need that. Soil cultivation, we're not going to be using that. We're going to be getting our own, so that can be sold. Cedars. No, we're going to sell that too. Yield improvement, we're selling this too. I don't like those things. I like the Breedall style spreaders better. And for combines, we have the Deutz. So the Massey is going to go. We do not need two harvesters. And that's our header trailer. Actually, I didn't get a header trailer. That was a header trailer for the Massey. That can go too then. I was gonna say, I was debating on getting a header trailer, but I don't think we need it. If I find we need it, we can get one. But for now, we don't need it. All this grassland stuff, just gonna go. Also, I did take out close to a $1 million loan just so that we could get this started here. Ballard, that can go. And this trailer right here can go as well. So that is our remaining fleet. I believe our field is ready to harvest. Yes, it is. Oh, I am going to go get set up for that. And that is what we are going to get started on here. So I am going to get this field harvested. And then we are probably going to... I'm not sure. Stuff is in our way. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna get this field taken care of, the harvest on this field taken care of, and then I will come back in and let you know what we are going to do from that. I am going to sell this wheat right away. We do not need wheat for horses. And we are a ways off from animals. Anyway, we have to get our pen built. Also, we're going to need pigs or cows, probably for some supplemental manure and slurry for precision farming. But I'm going to get to work, and I will catch up with you guys after harvest. Get out of here, cows. So that is from a mod I'll try and link in the description. PC only mod called Animal Pests. I think I'm just gonna do a section of some of my favorite. I've been thinking about, let me know what you guys think. I might do it anyway. But I've been thinking about doing a section in my description. I think I have enough characters left still, where I list some of my favorite PC only mods and some of my favorite all platforms mods. I'll take like my top 5 or 10 for each and link them for you guys so that if I'm talking about a mod, you can just go down into the description and it will be there. Especially for the PC side of things, because some of these mods are not easy to find, and sometimes they're not. Yeah. No, that's something I've been thinking about doing. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. I do read my comments. I read and reply to, at least I try to read and reply to every comment I get on the channel, so don't be afraid to leave comments. I do look at them. I read them. I at least heart them or react to them. Most of them, I reply back to you guys. Well, we're not going to get as much straw off this field as I thought, because somewhere I turned off straw and didn't notice it. I suppose after this row, I'll turn it back on and we can get some more, but we're not going to get as much as I wanted. Because we're keeping the straw for the horses. Alright, let's see how much money we get from this wheat. $48,000, not too bad. Okay, so we can't plant anything till next month. So, I'm going to go ahead and grab a forage wagon to pick up this straw. And then we are going to do a little bit of forestry work to finish off this video. I missed my road. Honestly, we have so much money, we're not going to do any logging in this video. We're going to spend the next video doing some logging. Instead, we're going to go ahead and right away buy us another field. Because I want to get stuff going for horses so that by the time our barn is built, we can go ahead and buy the horses. I want to buy this too. I don't think there's anything in there. No, that is an empty field. So we have that. We need a grass field or alfalfa. I'm not sure which one we're doing. Probably gonna do alfalfa. And then we need a field for oats as well. I'm thinking this circle field is gonna be grass, and then these two will be alfalfa. How much money do we have? How much is this field, and is that ready to harvest? Almost. How much is that field to buy? You know what? Let's buy that too. And then we'll have 2 fields for grass, being the 2 circle fields I think I'm going to do in grass. And then we'll have these 2 for oats. So, we have some other harvesting work to do. We're going to get the straw picked up on this field, and then we will harvest and pick up the straw from this field. And then in the next video, we are going to spend that video doing some logging in our area up here. Because eventually, maybe, depending how much logging we get done in the next video, we might make a grass field out of this. And then we can use these fields as oat fields. But we'll see where that ends up. Like I said, I want to get these stuff to buy animals. I want to have the feed to buy horses by the time our barn is built. Mind you, we don't even have that going yet, because we're waiting for our sawmill to build. We're paying for that, so we have to keep that in mind with money as well. So, that's where we're at here. I'm going to get back to work, and probably next time I talk to you guys will be at the end of the video, unless anything else important comes up. Also, our silo isn't built yet, so if we have more than what this, oof, where are we gonna put this straw? Neither of our silos are built yet. Well, if we fill up on straw, I'll come back in and we'll figure it out then. I think we are going to sell this straw and get some extra money. I think we will have time to get more straw between now and when we're going to need it for horses. I just remembered, I told you guys I would show you the inside of the house we put down. Here it is. Very nice log cabin. Maybe not a log cabin, but it's a nice wooden house. Yeah, those aren't really logs. Those are more like plywood type. So yeah, I mean, it is a nice wooden house, but I misspoke. It's not really a log cabin. Alright. We're gonna sleep and get back to work. Rabble. Alright. We must... did I forget to turn crop withering off? Dang it! We have seasonal cycles on. What happened here? Did we just run out of the harvest time for canola then? Yeah, we did. Alright. Welp, I guess we're going to sell what we have. And I'm going to pick up the straw off video. I was going back and forth on whether I wanted to use seasonal cycles or not on this one. And I forgot that I decided to, so that was my fault. We should have been just turned on the lights and finished harvesting that before we slept. Oh, that's my fault. That's fine. We need to get planted within the next 2 months if we're going to plant. Actually, can we even plant oats? We can't plant anything until March. So, we've got a bit to do some logging and make some new fields and stuff. Honestly, we're not going to get very much money from this. So, I think I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. In the next one, we are going to do some logging. Maybe even the next 2 or 3 videos might be logging. Like I said, we can't plant until March. So, we'll be doing some logging and making some new fields up in that area and stuff as we go. But if you enjoyed this video, do not forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And I will see you all in the next one. Later.